GM. So, trade of the day. I want to look at Bitcoin here because Bitcoin is the one that we've been looking at during the week. And if I go to a lower time frame here, I want to check back in on two things. The JOLTS job openings, which I talked about yesterday, data from yesterday. We'll just check back in on it. Came in below expectation, 8.06, 8.37. Quite a big miss, right? What did we say if there was going to be a big miss? It would be probably good for price. That one came in at 2 p.m. UTC yesterday, which was Tuesday. 2 p.m. Here we are. As Bitcoin was in the midst of breaking out. Now, is that the only reason? No. But that data is definitely perceived as bullish for price because it's just showing further slowing in the jobs market, which is going to leave it more and more likely that Jerome Powell is going to actually cut rates. The Fed are going to cut rates and then get us back into, the easy money mode. That's what the market's trying to front run. So you can see that. Now, this is going to keep grinding higher, in my opinion, because what happened last month and several months in the past is when you had the JOLTS numbers come in, it was a foreshadowing of the non-farm payroll, which is Friday. And NFP is the number that everyone looks at. There is a NFP estimate today, which is called the ADP non-farm employment change. That will be relevant. The big number is on Friday, NFP and unemployment rate. And people will see that weaker jobs data from job openings yesterday, and they will look at it and say, oh, it's going to be more weak job data. It's going to be even more likely that the Fed cuts. Maybe the Fed are even going to cut in July. Boom, let's go reprice the market. I think that's what we're seeing here. Quite simple. And in terms of trading, it's again very simple. I don't think Bitcoin should go back below 70 at this point. If it does, the absolute lowest is 69,125, right, which is the old all-time high. And so then that sets you up with a range like this. If you're able to see Bitcoin go sideways in here, and you can get long at that level on some kind of retest, I think that's the best you're going to get. Otherwise, it's probably about trading towards a breakout. And this is more of a shorter term thing, talking multi-day holds or swing trades of lower time frames. And since then, so since the move up, let's take a look. Since Bitcoin started to break out, which is over here, when it started to break out from this diagonal, what have we seen in terms of data? We've seen liquidations pick up on the first push. It did push higher and the licks went lower. So you could say it's a liquidation divergence, but I see this as more of a rising, right, upward sloping accumulation. I don't see it as being a distinct new wave. If you have a distinct new wave in price where it went like that and you had lower liquidations, that'd be elective, but they're definitely lowering. And open interest. Since this move over here, so since that started to move up, OI is up 5.5%. So it's definitely up more than price. Price is up 3.7. So there's definitely some OI chasing this. We have positive funding rate. We have a spot discount, so a perp premium, meaning the perp price is trading higher than spot. The CVDs though, spot is the white line. Spot CVD is sloping positive, as is perp CVD. Sorry, spot CVD is spot CVD is the red one, I should say. Perp CVD is the white one, both sloping up anyway, roughly in harmony with each other. So there's probably some chasing of this going on, as you can see, right? Open interest is definitely rising faster than price. So there's probably some longs that are getting added in here. However, I think Bitcoin is setting up pretty well. And what you want to watch out for is a rejection of the 72K previous highs as a first area. I think if we push into that today and it fails back inside, that's your very typical false breakout, which might lead to a whole new chop before a break higher, right? You could see the first attempt failing, coming back all the way back through before a breakout, or, which has been more of the Bitcoin thing to do in this bull market, you might just see it get to that level and just break out, right? Gets to that high and just breaks out and goes. Gets to that high, like it did here, and just breaks out and goes. So there's really your two paths you can see. Either we break out clean, or we see one more sweep back. But I think this is a bullish market, and I lean towards just a clean breakout whenever Bitcoin gets to that level. And that's it. GM.